Wednesday, 28th of May.
Ah,
Hello.
it's nice to be back on the sofa after the car last week.
Indeed.
we were struggling to find the time, so we said, we've got to go and pick your car out from the garage, so we might as well make use of the half hour in the car.
But your car is more comfortable than mine.
Well, it's a Range Rover.
Is that the reason? Is that the reason why?
It's huge.
It is huge.
So huge, I can't afford to take it into London.
Because it's diesel and ULEZ and all that. Yeah, don't get him started.
Thanks, Mr.
Please,
Khan.
don't get him started.
Anyway, not that I go into London very often. I thought we would kick off with,
Yes.
you know, we were talking in the car last week about fruit and veg and
being more healthy.
Just where you can be. I don't get OCD about it. I'm not going to start a fitness channel or anything like that. But
I wouldn't put it past you.
I'm not gonna. But it's National Senior Health and Fitness Day.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that whilst it doesn't affect us yet, there are people out there,
Right.
not you, but you'll know people that it will affect.
Oh, yeah, definitely that one. Definitely that one.
Look at the
Look at the state of that.
I wonder how many people with the studio audience will go, did you see that one in the front row? When the show.
It does happen, believe you me. Absolutely.
So just being ways to be a little bit more active whilst being grumpy still.
So since I turned 55, I keep getting these adverts on Facebook and on Instagram because they know how old you are. Obviously, Meta knows how old you are because your birthday's in there.
And they know what you're surfing.
And no, it's not what I'm surfing. It's like it keeps coming up with chair exercises for over 55s. I told you the other day as well that somebody offered their seat on the train, didn't I? Happened again last weekend.
Never happened to me.
Happened again last weekend while I had Kate, my sister, with me.
But I can still pass for 35 in a dark room. Yeah.
A really, really dark room with
Really
no
pitch
lights
black.
on.
With blackout blinds.
You know, where the boys just feel around the room.
Not that kind of dark room. Oh.
You sure love.
No. So
what is it? So fruit and veg and exercise. What's the point that you're trying to make?
No. The point I'm trying to make is there are people that are chair bound. How is it that they live till a ripe old age in many cases, but they're not doing this fitness?
But they're in pain.
No,
and they don't have as much movement.
No, there might be somebody in chair bound that's not in pain, but they're just physically incapable of walking because of a spinal injury or something. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're unhealthy, but they don't get the fit. I know any kind of fitness that you do is there to keep everything working and moving and whatnot. But actually, how paranoid can we all get with it that actually we're forcing ourselves to do things? I think where I'm going with it is that if you're going to choose to do something to keep you fit and well-being, choose something that you're really happy to do. Because if you're not happy to do it, you might do it once or twice. The streets are full of people in lycra looking thoroughly miserable.
Yeah, that's the same with anything though, isn't it? It's like if you're going to do something, you need to do something that you're going to be happy with across a long period of time.
I think when people get advice from a medical expert to say you need to be more active,
just to get you out in the 10 minutes, that's another thing we can mention.
Yeah, but I think people think, oh, I've got to do something. It's a chore. I've got to do so. But actually, we think about the things that we like to do. That we're very different. So, for example, I will gladly stand and iron shirts and hoover. Wouldn't even entertain the practice. I'm quite happy.
Excuse me.
No, you don't. I'm quite happy standing for a couple of hours washing the car inside out. And do it.
That's what car wash is for, right?
There you go. So there are ways
to cleaners for.
And I think we can be more active, and certainly as we go into the more summer months and the lighter,
we can be outside.
We could just park our car a little bit further in the car park away. We could just take the steps and not the elevator, not the lift. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to fly to America for that one.
And if you want to be really, really cool about it, you could wear flip-flops.
Oh, fuck the fuck off.
Because that makes it harder work.
Don't be ridiculous.
Because it's National Flip-Flop Day as well today on the 28th. It is National...
I suppose you're going to say say sliders are good and Crocs are good.
Well, I like Crocs because I've got a pair of designer Crocs that I take on holiday with me. And I love them. They're the most comfortablest things in the world. I don't care. There are young people wearing them. There are more mature people wearing them.
But not with socks, right?
Not with socks.
You don't do it with socks.
Not walking down the beach through the sand with socks and slime. No.
Oh, if you're in the sand, that's a bit of a different ball game. But people that wear flip flops around town,
oh no,
and in the supermarket,
just have some
pride. Decorum.
Have some pride in yourself.
Okay, sorry. I thought I don't mind it on a beach.
I'm talking about round the garden and round the beach and through the sand and whatnot. I think.
But there are people that drive into town in there. But that's dangerous. Driving in flip flops is dangerous.
I'll tell you what I have done. I've gone to work in my slippers before because they're like they were like shoes. They weren't those slip-on slippers. They were like full-on shoe slippers with looking like. And
did you manage to style it out?
No, I just fessed up at the beginning of the day. I've come to work in my slippers. Don't want any comments about it. Job done.
And did that make there be no comments about it?
Everyone wouldn't have known if you hadn't said anything because they're like shoes.
Oh, fair.
So yeah. So flip flops. My sister had flip flops when I was a kid.
Yes,
and I wasn't allowed them, probably because
they were just for girls.
Well, no, possibly. And feet grow such quickly that they'd have been buying them and they would have been.
True. But I don't like thongs.
Oh no, I like those.
And let me be more specific.
Flip-flops.
For flip flops, the toe post, I cannot do that. I can't have something rubbing against my toe. So I'll do the slider ones, the ones where it goes over the top like that.
I don't like the noise flip flops, mate.
Flip flop.
So that's my thing this week. Is
what's that old Christmas cracker joke?
We need idea. I don't know
what's the Frenchman. Something about a Frenchman and a pair of shoes. It's like Philippe Philop.
I got it, and I didn't even know the joke. I'd like to know because we are very soon to be maturing gentlemen.
What?
Very soon.
Speak for
very
yourself.
soon, I said, and I'd like to know what our viewers do to be active. Whether you're rock climbing, whether you're gardening,
I do need to, and I've said this to you before. I need to find a beginners, maybe another one, beginners yoga or Pilates to go to. Yeah, for idiots. Yeah.
I did Pilates once. Oh my God. It was the worst 45 minutes of my life. It was one of those sessions at the gym that's all included in your memberships. You think, I might as well make you, look, there's a space. I'll do that. I'll see what that's all about. Well, the only thing I think I exercised was my eyelids because, because you have to stand there, whatever you're doing like this. And you're like, how can I do that? You've told me to shut my eyes a minute ago. So now I'm doing it like this.
So you can see what he's doing.
Yeah, and it's like I've got a sore eye at the end of it, and I've got because you spend I spent 45 minutes with one eye open trying to balance on one toe.
And do you remember on holiday last year I went and did that tester yoga session?
Oh yes.
And could barely move for the next 2 days.
I was on the sunbed with a tequila,
and that's what I'll be doing this year when they do that.
And I said to him at the time, "You're mad. You're absolutely mad."
He did. He warned me against it, and I thought, well, it can't be that difficult. It's like,
I was thinking we might do pool aerobics this year and try and rope some people into
pool
aerobics,
not poo aerobics.
So get some music, get some Irene Cara on, and do some pool aerobics.
That is not a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely, and we can all just do some pool aerobics.
And much as we were talking about fruit and veg last week, and we made the point that you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet.
No, can't.
The two things hand in hand go well together.
Of course, they will work well together. If your calories are in control, then the fitness is going to burn even more. Shall we do some celebrity birthdays?
Oh, go on.
Just very quickly before we finish.
Who have you found today?
Well, we'll start with the most famous, Her Royal Highness Kylieminogue.
Oh, it's Kylie's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
She met us. She wanted to meet us. Apparently, we got a message that she wanted to meet, and I said she should be so lucky. It's Ian.
I wondered where he was going with that.
Ian Fleming.
007. Yeah.
Just assume Mr. Bond and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
See, I didn't know he wrote
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah, Google it. Paul Sinner
from The Chase,
the Gay Chaser. The Gay Chaser. Yep. Love him. Valerie Barlow from Corrie, Anne Reid.
Not what she's best known for.
Can I replicate that scene?
What, the toaster in the bath?
No, it was the hairdryer.
Hairdryer in the
bath. And then she plugged it in.
Which is why, of course, you're now not allowed to plug in the bathroom.
So, yeah.
Not because of that specifically.
Valerie Barlow. And Ken, of course, is still alive and well, missing her. But she went off to dinner, ladies. She's I love her in Tango, Last Tango
in Halifax.
Yeah. And no longer with us. But I think she was no longer with us for a long time before she was no longer with us. It's Thora Hird. They were propping her up in Summer Wine for a
she was in
few number of years. Well, she was in it, but I don't think she realised she was in it.
She presented Songs of Praise for donkey's years as
well.
That's
because she did so many other things like Hallelujah, that sitcom with Christopher Beanie.
That was terrible.
That was awful, absolutely awful. She did In Loving Memory with Christopher Beanie.
Yeah.
Hallelujah was with Patsy Rowlands from
all of the other terrible things that Christopher Beanie did after Upstairs, Downstairs.
All God-based. So it was natural that she would do God-based. The God Squad. So it's natural that she did Songs of Praise.
Fair.
But I don't think she realised really what she was doing. I think it was just scripted.
Tell us about your exercise and what you do.
I always think Songs of Praise would have been better with Beryl Reid.
Yeah,
it would have been everyone would have watched it if it had been Beryl Reid with a bottle of gin.
I'm going to steer us away from this before you get too deeply down this hole. Tell us what exercises you like to do.
Yeah,
especially if you're older, like he is.
Tell us your favourite Kylie song.
Yeah, Locomotion.
Locomotion, really? No.
Spinning around.
I think mine is What Do I Have to Do? What do I have to do to get the message through?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Watch the video.
I think that's enough for now.
Okay.
We'll see you next week.
It'll be June. Next week. Yeah.
Oh, God,
it'll
be
June. It'll be June. So we'll maybe do a poolside one at your luxury swimming pool.
Okay, that's a great idea. I'll book us in.
Yeah.
Bye. Splish.
Flip flop. Oh.